this is Xanthi. Welcome to my channel. First up, let me just say thank you to everyone who has subscribed, liked, watched my videos so far. I know this channel is new, but hopefully I get to grow it over the coming months. Today, I'm going to talk about the West Australian State Competition, and that's coming up on the 21st of June. And it's going to be teams and solo this time. Sometimes we've had pairs instead of teams. One day I hope we actually see teams, pairs and solo, but for now it's just the two races. And for the teams, we have to finish a 1,000 piece puzzle in 2 hours. And for the solo, we have to finish a 500 piece in 2.5 hours, which is quite generous. The speed puzzling is still fairly new here in Australia and in Western Australia in particular. There's still new people learning about it and coming along. So it's not as fierce competition as it is in the Australian Nationals, which I went to last year. And it's been sponsored by Ravensburger again, which is great because the quality is great and the images, there's a lot of variety there. So knowing that it's going to be Ravensburger sponsoring is good, because then I know to practice that we use Ravensburger puzzles. Now for the teams one, I actually formed a team after I came back from the Nationals in December last year. And so my team is made up of my partner Marcus, which you would have seen in my dinosaur jigsaw video, which was the last one to this. And so he's on my team. My friend Karen is on the team, and she came 5th in the solos last year. She's a very fast puzzler. And our other friend Vicky. And yeah, we're going to tackle that. We have been practicing once or twice a month, and a little bit more frequently now that we're getting closer to the actual competition. So we try to do a variety of images, but who knows what we're going to get for the team competition puzzle. So now the solo one is the one that I'm particularly concerned about, because when you're doing a solo speed racing, it's all up to you. So there's a bit more pressure. When you're in a team, you got each other to rely on. Last year was a little bit of a shock, let's put it that way. Yeah, last year we got, for the solos, this. You can see that. It's Rockefeller Christmas by Ravensburger. And yeah, it was difficult. Found it incredibly difficult. If you can see the detail, it's actually brush strokes, so there's no clear lines. I have a problem with buildings. They're my weakness. Some people it's fur, me it's buildings. So that had the buildings, had the brush strokes, which made it harder. And everyone that I noticed was finishing with the tree in the middle, which was just basically shape sorting and just trial and error to finish it. Now this one was so hard. And the shocking thing about it is that I came 40th out of 126 participants, and that is pretty good. I think that's in the top third, which I'm really incredibly happy. But the shocking thing about it is that I didn't have a fast time. In fact, this was incredibly slow for me. It took me 2 hours, 10 minutes and 11 seconds to finish this puzzle. So just goes to show you how hard everyone found it, that I came 40th out of 126, and it took me just over 2 hours to complete it. So there you go. So I thought, well, this year I am going to practice more, because I didn't really practice all that much for the States last year. So what was interesting is that the Tasmanians and the South Australians had their state competition, and I was watching closely to see what they got. Now I think some of them had teams, and the solo, and some of them had pairs and the solo. So that was interesting. So I was looking to see what puzzles they use, and there seems to be a bit of a trend. Now, what I noticed in the Tasmanian Solo was this one. So they had a round one, and this one's called Flowers, obvious reasons. Flowers. It's quite a nice looking puzzle. Haven't done it. I do intend to do this one before the competition. So yeah, that was interesting. And I thought, okay, well, what did the South Australians get in their competition? Well, in the pairs competition, they got this one, which is, what's this one called? Is it the Pokeball? Yeah. So, yeah, they got this one. And I imagine it'll be a bit difficult doing the edge bit there. Haven't done this one either, but again, it's one I intend to do beforehand. Is it likely they're going to reuse puzzles that they've used in one state competition to the other? Well, it has happened. So I made these low priority because I figured maybe it's less likely, but I don't want to get caught out, so I will do these before then. So I've got a few more days to practice. And for the South Australian Solo, they got this one. So what's this one called? Mandala. So haven't done this one either, but again, I intend to do it. And then I'll see how I go with it. So yeah, so the other ones that I did, I've done the majority of the round 500, the circle colours, circle of colours range from Ravensburger, and some of them pretty good, some of them average, and a few really hard. So I'm just going to take you through the ones I really do not want to see at the competition because I found them incredibly hard, and the ones right through to the ones that I really hope are going to be there, and then the ones in between where I don't mind if I get those ones. I found with the majority of them is that I finished in about an hour 20 to an hour 30, which is kind of average for me. Again, I'm not a super fast puzzler, but I'm not the slowest either, sort of right in the middle. So anyway, I will start with the one that I found the hardest and I definitely do not want to see. And it is Rainbow Cake. Honestly, it looks great because you've got all these colours and you're thinking, oh, it can't be that bad. You start from the middle and you work out, which is what I did. But I got really stuck. I got really stuck all the way around. Really, I found the whole thing difficult. I did use these lines to help me along. But the plate area outside, it didn't really bother me that much. It's all a bit samey, but there was enough clues in there to keep it going. But this one was epic. It took me 2 hours, 46 minutes and 30 seconds. I was exhausted after I finished this, so this is one I definitely do not want to see at the competition. Even if I had to do that one as a pairs, it would still be hard. The next one that I really don't want to see is the pizza one. I struggled. This one was, I can't remember the exact time, but it was just over 2 hours, I think, probably 2 hours, 10 minutes, something like that. And I thought this one was bad until I came across the Rainbow Cake, but this one is really difficult. I really struggled in this orangey red area here, and really the whole thing was a struggle. Again, I don't want to see this one. And the next lot are ones that it took me a little bit longer, about an hour and a half to about an hour 40. These ones, again, I don't really want to see at the competition. This one's, I think, ice cream. Yeah, again, a lot of this sort of blurry, no sort of definitive. I mean, it had a few definitive, like the wafers and the stuff here, but I actually found this really hard to get going. Just the middle bit was really difficult. One thing I have to say with a lot of these is I did start at the middle and then worked outwards. Yeah, so yeah, I wasn't thrilled with that one. Yeah, The donuts took me over an hour and a half for this, and I just found it a nightmare. There's lots of different colors, and there's tiny little patterns, and you know, staring at the tiny detail and trying to get them in. But yeah, I was not thrilled with the donuts. So yeah, again, another one that I don't want to see. And what do we got? Seashells. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, but it was challenging. Again, if we got this one in the solo, I wouldn't be, you know, too devastated, but I found it kind of tricky. Kind of wished it had more green and more blue, but it's all this pink and red and orange, and it's just, it takes up most of the image, and I found it, nah, found it too difficult. So let me just move that out of the way. So then we moved on to some of the ones that took me about an hour 20 and no more than an hour and a half to do. And yeah, this was beautiful. Dreams. Really liked it. The first thing you think to do is the middle bit with all this, but I actually found myself just doing all over the place, which was fine. This is one that you can do the outside first, and then just move wherever you want, or do color blocks if you like, whatever takes your fancy. But yeah, this was a good one, and if we get it, I'm fine with that. Insects. Now, I thought that this one was going to be really hard because there's so much darkness in it, but the insects are really colorful, the flowers are colorful, and they really pop. So this one wasn't too bad to do. And again, if we get this, I'm good with it. And what do we got? Tropical. This was good. Again, I seem to struggle with oranges and pinks and reds. That seems to be the spectrum of color that I struggle with the most. So again, that takes up the majority of it. Again, I wish it had a bit more purple and blue green. But anyway, I had a little bit of trouble sort of orientating things. It's one good thing about doing a lot of circle puzzles is that you get used to the idea of sort of orientating things, because the pieces are curved and you can work out by the curve, is it inner, is it outer? So that's a bit of a clue as you go. Again, this is one that you can easily do the border to help you give you clues to work in. So yeah, that one will be okay. Another beautiful one, astrology. I did like this one. I don't think I tackled it very well though, because what I sort of was jumping around and I was trying to do all the little details and that, and I think maybe I would have been better off if I picked a color and just went for it. But the middle piece is very distinct, so that's nice and easy to do. You could do the border if you wanted, or you could just do a chunk at a time and you know, move around. But yeah, we got this one. I'd be fine with it. And the vegetables, I do like it. Found it more challenging than I expected though, which is kind of odd, but it's got the same sort of style of like this sort of watercolor blurriness. There's no distinct lines in this. So again, it's a little bit more challenging, but there's enough sort of different textures and colors that stand out. Some of them do blend in together a little bit. So yeah, if I got this, I could deal with it. And what else have we got? Desserts. Desserts. Oh my god, for some reason straight away my brain went, whoop, do the blue bit, do the blue bit. But I had trouble with the blue bit. Now this is a very up and down image, but the pieces are kind of very circular, so I had a really hard time orientating this right. The pieces sort of said, oh, I want to go this way, but the image said, I want to go up and down. So for some reason I started there, and then I think ended up going over here and started doing everything else and went back to the blue. But anyway, there you have it. Again, be a challenge, but yeah, I wouldn't mind this one. So what else have we got? Oh yes, oceans. Absolutely gorgeous puzzle. Love anything that's got like jellyfish or an octopus in it. I love it. I was doing really well. I was going really quickly through the thinking, yeah, I'm smashing this. Until I got to this orange and yellow bits here. And I think that wasn't so much because of the colors this time. It was the fact that it was all these little fishes. So they were very, and they repeated. So they were the same fishes. So, you know, that slowed me down, unfortunately. But if I had another crack at it, maybe I could do it faster. So down to the ones that I really, really hope we get. And that is candies. Candies, I managed to do it in 1 hour 16, and that's fast for me, 1 hour 16. To be honest, this isn't really my type of puzzle, this image. There's too many straight lines, it's all very uniform looking and whatever. But my goodness, once I got into it, I absolutely loved it, loved it. There was enough variety in it, and enough different colors and things going on. And this repeating sort of border bit, that didn't even bother me for some reason. Just did it, and I was fine with it. So yeah, this has to be one of my favorites, definitely. Now, my ultimate favorite, the one that I absolutely hope we get, and that's animals. Animals, because it's gorgeous. It's got all these different sort of color areas. It's got very distinct sort of animals. I've done this one a few times actually, but the very first time I did it, I shocked myself. I did it in 57 minutes 22 seconds, which is incredibly fast for me. It's pretty rare that I'll do a sub 1 hour on a 500. So I realized that if we got this one, the really fast speed puzzles probably do it in 35 minutes or something crazy like that, and that's fine. But if we get this, I'd be so happy. My neck would be happy, my back would be happy, my shoulders would be happy, because I wouldn't be slogging for 2 hours like last year trying to get a 500 piece puzzle done in time. So that is a wrap up to all of that. I do have some others that I haven't shared here. I think there's the mushroom one, which I haven't done yet, but hopefully I'll get it done. I am told that that one's a little bit tricky. It is a beautiful puzzle though. And there is also the Little Sun series, which I do have, but I haven't done yet. That's low on my priority. I don't know, I just got a feeling that they won't use those ones. But if I have time before the competition, I will try to do some of those. But if I don't, that's okay. Now, I also have a big stack of other jigsaws done, and basically your standard rectangular 500 piece Ravensburger. So I will pause here. I'll go grab them and I'll go through those. I just did them just for practice in case I'm completely off you know, the track in what I'm thinking our solo puzzle might be. You know, it might not be a round one, so I might as well just do a big variety of old and new, you know, different styles of the regular rectangular Ravensburger ones. So I'll just stop here. I'll go grab them and we'll quickly go through those as well. And we're back. Okay, now I'm going to go through the ones that I puzzled in practice. I'll start with, again, with the ones that I definitely do not want to see at the solo competition. And I'm going to start with this one. I love it. It's beautiful. Cubby Cats and Succulents by Bridget Ashwood. And she's one of my favorite artists. I follow her on Instagram. Love it, love it. I love cats. I just love the whole thing. But it is incredibly difficult to speed puzzle. There's a lot of dark bits. There's a lot of detail. I've done it, I think, at least twice now. And honestly, I think there was like a 1 minute difference between my first go and my second go. It's like my brain just, the pick and place is not my strong suit. But, you know, like they say, practice the things that you're not good at to get better at them. But yeah, it was struggle town with this one, so I kind of hope in a competition setting that I don't get that one. Definitely do not want to get this one. I think this was used at Worlds, but it was pears, and I can see why it was pears, because farm in Sweden it's called. And oh yeah, this bit here, easy. Even this bit here, not too bad. Maybe a bit of this, but it was all this bit in the middle. Oh my god, this turned into over 2 hours of pure slog, and no, do not want to do this in a competition, at least not solo. And the number one that I practiced with, that I definitely do not want to see, and I think this was in some competition internationally, Colin Thompson's Ludicrous Library. Now don't get me wrong, I love Colin Thompson. He lives here in Australia now. Was originally from England. And I work in a library, so anything bookish thing I absolutely love. This is fun. This is right up my alley, but not the speed. No. This was ridiculously hard. Took me forever. I mean, if I had this in a competition, I'd be so slow that they'll be turning off the lights and everybody will be packing up and leaving, and I'll be still at it. So yeah, I think this is my number one nightmare to get at a competition. So definitely don't want that one. I'm a big Asterix fan since my early teens, and I enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun. It wasn't too hard. The hardest part, as you probably could guess, was the writing up here. I don't know, something about this kind of writing has just made things hard. But yeah, I doubt we'll get something like this, but yeah, you never know. I think it's Bunch Crunch. I thought this was going to be easy. It wasn't. It was harder than I expected. It's fun. It's like doing a whole heap of little puzzles, but I don't know, something in my brain went, oh, I can't cope. So this one took me a bit longer than it should have. I'm sure with repeated goes and familiarization, I could probably get it down pat. But not my first go. This one didn't look too bad. I think it was Barbarian Romance. Yep. Beautiful colours. And I love that sky. But buildings, man. There are different colours, so that helped. But buildings, something about buildings again. I had trouble orientating myself and trying to get this sort of skyline meets building right. So yeah, this took longer than it should have as well. Again, that's something that I'll have to practice to get better with. So what else have we got? Oh my god, the Peanuts graffiti one. Oh boy. I was warned this was a tough one, and they weren't kidding. Weirdly enough, I mean, I wasn't quick, but weirdly enough, not as frustrating as maybe doing the farmhouse in Sweden or the Ludicrous Library. Nowhere near as bad as that, but still, that's a pretty tough one. And if we got that in competition, I think a lot of people would not finish it in time. Yeah, wouldn't be keen to get that one, sorry. The Excalibur Forest. It's beautiful. I really love it. I love the colours and stuff going on, but I did find this one challenging. I think I first saw it in the German competition, and I think there are some fast puzzlers there, and they made it look so easy, and nope, it is not easy. This is, I think, an older one, Garden Visitors, I think it's called. Yeah, Garden Visitors. It's beautiful. I love it. But there is this repeating sort of colours, browns and reds and things, and so it was a bit harder than I expected, but it's a beautiful one. I doubt we're going to get this, but it was there. It's pretty. I wanted her to do it, so I did it. Oh, Puffinry, I think it's called. It's cute, isn't it? It's cute. And I like the colours and stuff. But my goodness, it was hard. At least for me, it was hard. There's repeated colours and all this here going on, and I don't know, it didn't come together very well for me. But again, I doubt we'd get this, but who knows. And it's not jigsaw puzzling unless you get a zebra. I think this is a zebra at the waterhole or something like that. Yeah, zebras at waterhole. Okay, not half as bad as I thought it would be. Honestly, not half as bad, but of course I finished with the zebras and they were quite challenging, so yeah. I kind of expected that, but really this could have been a lot worse than what it was, so I can't complain too much. But if we get it, yeah, I can deal with it. Okay, now we're moving on to the ones that perhaps I would like to see at the competition. Thank you very much. And Amy Stewart, the archaeologist desk. Now this has got a bit of a gradient going through it, which I absolutely love. It does have a lot of detail and there's a little bit of pick and place, but it's not terrible like previous ones, like the candy shop one that it's got tiny details. It was a nightmare to do. This one, the details are a bit bigger, so I'd be quite happy with that one. And speaking of Amy Stewart, I'd be very happy with this. What's this one called? Oh, I can't see the perfect piece. Perfect piece. Now, I know lots of colours, lots of textures, beautiful. I'll be happy with this one. I am a cat fan. This cat though, that's the last bit that I work on this one, and it is a bit challenging getting all that fur in, but it's doable. You know, I wasn't like bogged down with it, so I'll be okay if we get that one. Yes, hello vinyl. This, loved it. Again, there's a lot going on and stuff, but everything just stood out, very distinct, so I really enjoyed it. So a lot of people start with the blue record. I did some of it, but it wasn't the stuff that really jumped out the most. The stuff that jumped out the most was like all the words that did disco for some reason. Gravitated to that. Even this dark area over here didn't bother me that much. So if we got this, I'd be happy. Yep, I'll definitely do that one again. And one of my favorites. Oh, what's it called though? It boat houses in Sweden. Sorry if anyone's Swedish and mispronounced that. Honestly, I've heard a lot about this one and people were raving about it, you know, saying, oh, it's such a great puzzle to do. And to be honest, just look at it. It's, you know, it's nice, but it's not that, you know, like stunning, you know, artwork or photography or whatever. It's pleasant, but there's nothing really outstanding until you do it. It's an absolutely delight to do. And there's just the different colors, and even the sky's fine, you know, all the sort of different textures. Absolutely joy to do. Love it. I think this is going to be one of my top 10 favorite Ravensburger 500s to speedrun. Definitely. If we got this, I'd be extremely happy. Speaking of being extremely happy, yeah, we're not going to get this, but I felt like doing it. And the reason I'm saying we're not going to get this because we got this last year at Nationals in the pairs. So I mean, it could happen. We get it as solo. Who knows? But, you know, anyway, it was a joy. This whole series actually is a joy. And speaking of, yeah, I did do the Big Ben one. And again, this is so much fun. I really enjoyed it. So many different textures and areas, colours to work on. So, yeah, I'll be happy with that one too. And again, with the Paris one, really enjoyed it. I'd be happy to do this one too, though for some reason I sort of struggled with this pink polka dot sort of area here. But again, if we got this one, and I really hope that Ravensburger brings out more in this series. There's so many other places they could do. They could do the Parthenon in Greece, you know, heaps of other, you know, Leaning Tower of Pisa, whatever. There's heaps to do. And finally, an oldie. I doubt we're going to get this, but it was nice. It's a nice lot of pastel and beautiful details and stuff. And I did this one super quick. I think I did it in just over an hour, which is very fast for me. But I really enjoyed it. Again, it wasn't really strategic for me to do this one because I don't think we're going to get it because it's quite a few years old, I think. 2019, which old, but in regards to puzzles, I guess, yeah, so many come out. This is a bit older. I think it's called Vintage Tea Party. The hilarious thing about it, I don't know if I could show it to you, but tea party is actually misspelled. It's tea, they got T-E-E party instead of T-E-A. So yeah, that is all the puzzles so far that I have practiced on, and I've got a few more days until the competition, so I will be doing some more practicing, and then we'll just have to cross my fingers. So I'm hoping to get lots of footage to show you all from the event itself, and that will probably be my video after this one, a little wrap up of what went down and how I went, and I'll show you the puzzles that we ended up getting. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching yet again, and if you want to see more content from me, please subscribe. It just gives me a little bit of incentive that I'm not sitting here just talking to myself or 12 people. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. But yeah, I hope to see you back on this channel soon. See ya.